The neural interface ports gleamed like chrome tears along Kiven's temples as Anna's med scanner passed over his skull. 3 on each side, surgical precision, drilled straight through bone into the cerebral cortex. The Zenthari warrior trembled on the makeshift operating table, his 6-fingered hands gripping the edges hard enough to dent the reinforced steel. "Please," Kiven whispered, his translator chip rendering the alien phonemes into heavily accented English. "You don't understand what you're doing." Anna steadied her hands, though her heart hammered against her ribs. She'd been a combat medic for the Terran Defense Force for 7 years, had seen things that would break most people, but she'd never seen anything like this. The war had been raging for 3 months. When the Zenthari Empire made first contact, humanity had hoped for peace, for knowledge, for partnership among the stars. Instead, they got invasion. The Zenthari were a warrior culture, their entire civilization built on conquest and neural augmentation. Every soldier was plugged into a vast network, their thoughts synchronized, their reactions impossibly fast. Individual Zenthari were formidable. Connected, they were unstoppable. Until now. "I'm sorry," Anna said, positioning the neural extractor above the first port. "But these interfaces are what's allowing your fleet to coordinate. Every battle you move like one organism. We can't fight that." She'd found Kiven in the wreckage of a downed Zenthari scout ship in the ruins of what used to be downtown Seattle. He should have been dead. The crash had killed his 3 crew members instantly, but Kiven had survived with severe injuries. In any other circumstance, Anna would have left him for the retrieval teams. But his neural ports had been damaged in the crash, sparking and smoking, and he'd been screaming. Not in pain, in terror. "You're human," Kiven said now, his large, amber eyes fixed on her face. "You're individuals, you can't possibly understand." "Then make me understand." Anna paused, the extractor humming in her hand. Around them, the abandoned subway station that served as their field hospital groaned under another distant explosion. The Zenthari bombardment was getting closer. Kiven's breathing was labored, his blue-tinted skin pale from blood loss and shock. "We are Zenthari. We are one mind, one purpose, one soul spread across millions of bodies. When I connect," he gestured weakly to his ports, "I am not alone. I am my brother Tevesh on the bridge of the destroyer in orbit. I am my sister Morana piloting a fighter through your atmosphere. I am Commander Zethros planning our next strike. I am everyone." Anna had heard the intelligence briefings. The Zenthari hive mind wasn't like the fictional collectives from old Earth entertainment. Each individual maintained their personality, their memories, their sense of self. But through the neural network, they shared everything: thoughts, emotions, tactical data, experiences. They were separate and together simultaneously. "That's why you're winning," Anna said quietly. "That's why we're losing. You know what we're going to do before we do it because your scouts feed information instantly to your commanders. You don't need to communicate because you already know." "Yes," Kiven admitted, "but it is also why we are. Take away the connection and I am incomplete, a fragment. Do you understand what you're asking me to become?" Anna thought of her own neural implant, the standard-issue TDF model that helped her process medical data and combat situations. It was rudimentary compared to Zenthari technology, just a tool, not a connection. She could turn it off without feeling like she'd lost a limb. "I understand you're afraid," she said, "but I have orders. The science team believes that if we can extract your neural interfaces intact, we can reverse engineer a jammer, something that will disrupt your network, level the playing field." "It will do more than disrupt it," Kiven said, his voice breaking. "It will sever it. Every Zenthari soldier will be alone for the first time in their lives. Do you know what that feels like? To hear millions of voices in your mind, to feel millions of hearts beating in rhythm with your own, and then," he made a gesture like cutting a cord, "nothing. Silence. Solitude." Anna's hands shook. She forced them still. "How many humans have died in the last 3 months? How many more will die if we don't stop you?" How many Zenthari will go mad from the isolation? Kivin shot back. We are not built for this. Our psychology, our neurology, we evolved to be connected. You might as well ask a human to stop breathing. People can be alone, Anna said. Humans manage it. Do you? Kivin fixed her with those alien eyes. Are you alone now, Anna Rivera, or do you carry everyone you've ever loved in your memories? Your parents, your siblings, your friends who died in the Battle of New Tokyo. I know about them because I was there. I was the pilot who bombed the Eastern District. I was the soldier who stormed the shelters. I was the medic who tried to save our wounded afterward. I am all of those people, and they are me. Anna's breath caught. New Tokyo. She'd lost her entire unit there, including Marcus, her partner in every sense that mattered. She'd only survived because she'd been off-site, treating wounded civilians. You murdered them, she said, her voice cold. Yes, Kivin said simply. And I live with those deaths every day, multiplied by millions. Every Zenthari soldier carries the weight of every action our network takes. That is our burden. That is our connection. We cannot hide from our deeds because we share them all. Anna hadn't expected that. The intelligence reports painted the Zenthari as ruthless, efficient, emotionless in their conquest, but Kivin's face showed genuine anguish. If you're all suffering, she said slowly, then why continue the war? Because we are commanded to. Kivin's expression turned bitter. The Empress, may her thoughts guide us, believes humanity's individualism is a disease. She fears what you represent, billions of minds, each capable of independent thought, unpredictable action. In her vision, you would all be brought into the network, made orderly, made safe. Made slaves, you mean? Made whole, Kivin corrected. That is how she would phrase it, but yes, from your perspective, slavery is accurate. Another explosion rocked the subway station. Dust rained from the ceiling. Anna's implant pinged. Enemy forces were advancing, 6 blocks away. She had maybe 20 minutes before they'd need to evacuate. I have to do this, Anna said, raising the extractor again. Even if you're telling the truth, even if it hurts you, I can't let millions more humans die. I know, Kivin said. If I were you, I would do the same. But Anna, please, I am begging you, leave them in. Let me die connected. Let me feel my siblings one last time before the end. Anna's finger hovered over the activation switch. The extractor would remove the neural interfaces in seconds, safely, without killing him. He'd survive to be interrogated, studied. The war effort needed this. But she would be taking everything from him. How do I know you're not lying? She asked. How do I know this isn't some trick to stay connected to your fleet, to coordinate against us? Kivin laughed, a harsh, broken sound. Look at my ship. Look at my ports. They've been damaged for hours. I've been disconnected since the crash. The silence is already killing me. I can barely remember what it felt like to be whole. Anna checked her scanner. He was right. The ports were fried, non-functional. He wasn't transmitting anything. Then what's the point? She asked. If you're already disconnected, why does it matter if I remove them? Because they are still there, Kivin said fiercely. They are the physical reminder that I was once part of something greater. They are the promise that if I died right now and my people recovered my body, they could repair the connection. I could go home. I could be whole again, even if only for a moment before death. You would take even that hope from me. Anna closed her eyes. She thought of Marcus, of the promised ring he'd given her 3 days before New Tokyo fell. She still wore it on a chain around her neck. He was gone forever, but the ring remained. A physical connection to what they'd shared. If someone tried to take that ring from her, she'd fight them with everything she had. I'm sorry, she whispered. She set down the extractor. Kivin's eyes widened. What are you doing? I'm making a choice, Anna said. She pulled out her plasma cutter instead and aimed it at the neural ports. I'm going to destroy them, burn them out completely. The science team won't be able to extract anything usable. You'll be court-martialed, Kivin said. This will be considered treason. Probably. Anna activated the cutter. The blue-white flame reflected in Kivend's eyes. But I'm not going to torture you for information. I'm not going to take the last shred of hope you have left. If we win this war, we'll win it on our own terms, not by becoming the kind of people who would do this. Humans, Kivend breathed. You are individually insane. Yeah, Anna said, and for the first time in months she smiled. We really are. She burned out the ports one by one, making sure nothing salvageable remained. Kivend wept silently through the process, but when it was done, he looked at her with something like wonder. They will kill you for this, he said. Maybe, Anna agreed. She began packing her medical equipment. The evacuation alarm was sounding now. But at least I'll die knowing I stayed human. As they evacuated the subway station, Anna supporting Kivend's weight, she didn't know if she'd made the right choice. She didn't know if humanity would survive this war. She didn't know anything except this. The thing that made humans dangerous wasn't our weapons or our tactics. It was our stubborn, reckless, absolutely insane insistence on making our own choices, even when they defied all logic. Especially then,